On the one hand, we have, I think, really these twin threats that Trump himself has promised. One is to subvert reality and create one single approved narrative. We have seen for many years, he and the agencies and the leaders that he has appointed to work under him have created a single narrative. And when he has disliked that story or the coverage therein, he has removed journalists from press briefings. He has threatened litigation. He has used agencies like the FCC to go after newsrooms themselves and their editorial decisions. That's sort of one threat, I think, posed over here, which is how reality and truth are being subverted. The number one sector that should be responsible for truth, for facts, for giving people information is the press. I think next to that then is the other promise that Trump himself has made, which is that he will be deporting larger numbers than ever before in the United States and getting rid of the quote unquote illegal immigration problem. And so those twin promises together create a perfect storm for those like immigrant reporters who are on the front lines trying to cover issues for immigrant communities, for non-English communities, and are then in the most immediate risky crosshairs. But I see this conversation as one little blip of the much broader question of how are we as a field and as civil society folks worried about basic rights, readying ourselves for a deluge of civil rights attacks and the erosion of constitutional freedoms. And that's the question that we will have to deal with more and more and more. And so every time we're confronted with a question here, like someone might be a danger to society, are they a danger to society? We have to think about why that narrative has been crafted and to completely reject that and remind folks, everyday people, what's really at stake. And so with the Mario case, he's been a reporter for 20 years in Atlanta, covering things for a community that really only has a small set of journalists helping them. He's a Spanish speaker. He's from a Central American country covering issues for people throughout Central America who have moved to the United States. And he is currently the only journalist working on issues related to press and local issues in Georgia that is being held by the US government for his work. So that will probably will no longer be an exception, but I think that it's one we have to very, very much look at with clear eyes and in coordination, because these threats, these risks, and these detentions will likely rise.